I recently returned to the Red House in Sweden. It's been almost 7 months, and the house is finally starting to feel like home. But the journey to get here took 9 days. We drove through 8 countries, through cities and mountains, and of course I found some wildlife. I'm actually in the Red House in Sweden. We finished renovating this room about 5 days ago, and it's so nice to have a living room and a chill out space, because before it was a mess. I'm actually filming a video about returning to Sweden, the house, the squirrels, and maybe you'd like to see a video about the renovation work, maybe a house tour. Let me know if you're interested in that. We arrived to our house 2 weeks ago, and the journey getting to Sweden was an incredible journey. We saw so many beautiful places and towns. Because I'm a wildlife photographer and not a travel blogger, I've made a fast, fun montage of the first half of the journey.
Come for a night.
In this hourglass, yes I will. Oh yes I will. Yeah, I've looked and what I see, it's not what you've been, it's what you're gonna be. 'Cause this world we're walking through, it'll dig you out or it'll bury you. Yes, it will. So now I know I'm alive. Oh, now I know I'm alive.
My route to profession was quite different I was there too. Focusing on red squirrels in the environment. I do that journey. I photographed the lakes, the buzzards, and tracking the lakes. This was the end of my
I'm
sort of
alive. Sweet tooth in a candy store. Yeah, I'm more awake than I was before. I know now like I never knew. I'm alive inside, and I'm telling you, yes I am. It's got me feeling high, and I won't come down. I got a big idea I wanna show to you. So now I know I'm alive. Oh, now I know I'm alive. On I go on the ride. This life I live, so I'm
The reason we had planned this road trip is because I had been invited to speak at an event in Berlin, and we also had the idea of buying a car and bringing all our stuff to Sweden, but a subscriber, David, emailed me and asked if we wanted to take his car to Sweden. Obviously this was a massive favour for us, but it was also a favour for David because he wanted his car in Sweden. So big thank you to David. He's kindly let us use it for the whole summer, which is just amazing. At this point we had been driving for 6 days, and after the heat wave in Europe, it was so nice to have some rain in Norway.
Sorry? What is it?
That was a random waterfall that we drove past, and we decided to have a quick look, and then we ended up going on a 2-hour hike around the waterfall. We continued to drive higher into the mountains as we were going to look for musk ox the following day, and they live in Dovrefjell mountain. We stayed in a cozy cabin for the evening and had a chilled night as we prepared for a 4 a.m. start.
I don't mind, you pick. They both look good. Okay. This looks so funny.
Before we get into the real adventure and wildlife, I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online lessons. It is a place to get inspired, learn new skills, and put them to work in an impactful way. I've been watching banjo lessons by Jody Hughes. Last year I tried a banjo and really wanted to learn how to play one. I bought one earlier this year and it turned out the shop never had it, so after 4 months my banjo finally arrived. Jody has an extensive beginner course. It's over 2 hours spread over 33 lessons. Each lesson has a new skill, so it feels nice to progressively learn how to play a new instrument. There are hundreds of courses, from illustration, language learning, and even photography and social media classes. The first 1,000 people to use the link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Juan really wanted to see the mountains of Norway, and I wanted to photograph the powerful, hairy musk oxen. Our morning started at 4 a.m. and we met up with Evan, who is a musk oxen guide in Dovrefjell. Since we only had the day to find them, I wanted to go with someone who knew exactly what they were doing. These animals can weigh up to 500 kilograms, and although they're generally gentle giants, getting too close can cause a false stampede. It is also a vast landscape, and they could be anywhere. We started to find signs of musk ox, and suddenly from nowhere we saw this guy running towards the river. So we just photographed our first musk ox of the day. It was a young male, and he was quite cute actually because he had these small horns and he wasn't very big, but it was really good because the river was between us, so we could actually get quite close to the musk ox, because you have to keep your distance with these animals. They are big animals, but the fact that the river was between us meant that we were really close. I got some nice portraits. He ended up running along the river on the other side. It seemed like he wanted to cross. Hopefully we find some more musk ox. I really want to photograph a little baby musk ox. They'll be about a month old, really small, cute. It's a vast landscape. Trying to find these animals is just quite difficult. There's actually another one really far on the other side of the river. To get to it we have to walk all the way down, cross the bridge and then go back up. So I think we're going to go this way and look for more. Unfortunately, we didn't find any more musk ox. We were pretty tired after the early start and 8 hours of hiking. After over a week of living out of rucksacks, I was personally ready to go to the Red House. I was longing for that home feeling, but we had 10 hours of driving to do. But then on the way, we drove past a sign for Sweden's biggest waterfall. We continued to drive through Sweden's amazing mountains, and we started driving north where the sun doesn't set. We were getting really tired and fed up. But then we met something that really put our spirits back up.
Thinking of a place, erasing stays and miles between us now. I am on my way, and by the time the night is through, I will be waking up to you. When I hold you, it's like nothing missing. When I hold you, it's like nothing's missing. Sometimes I wonder how this life plays out. Do we choose the love we get? Played out my life 1,000 times and found, and everyone you're in. Don't need the future or what was. When I hold you, it's like nothing missing. When I hold you, it's like nothing's missing. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. I just wanna wake up where you are.
This was my first time ever photographing fox cubs. Although I see foxes all the time in London, I've never actually managed to find a good fox den. I've either found fox dens that the foxes don't come out during the daylight, so that's a bit hopeless for photography, or I've just not been in the UK in May. But because we're so far north, the birthing season is much later, so that's why there were fox cubs in early July. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to do a quick few updates before I end the video. The first really exciting update is that I am hosting a trip to Madagascar. 9 days of wildlife, beautiful landscapes, food, culture, and we're setting off next September. I'm going to put the itinerary and all the details in the description. We're going to photograph lemurs, chameleons, starry night skies. It's going to be amazing. I've never been to Africa or Madagascar, so it's going to be a new experience for me, and let's do it together. The other exciting thing is that I'm currently taking the last photos for my red squirrel calendar. I've done 2 red squirrel calendars in the past couple of years, and I'm also doing a wildlife calendar for the first year. So the pre-orders are ready on my website, but I'm currently designing and taking the last photos of red squirrels. The wildlife one is all selected. I think that's all with the updates. New videos are coming soon, including the underwater video. I used the website below to offset my carbon footprint for our road trip. And thank you for watching. Thank you to my incredible patrons who support my work, and I will see you very soon.